Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome to this show. We are running a few minutes late tonight because just as I was about to go on, Facebook tried to kick me off. So once again, as we, as we, oh, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand why. Yeah, I just don't understand why they got to create so much grief for everybody. So I want to say hi. Very first person in the door goes, "Hey, I'd love to see who you are, but I can't see who you are because all I get to see is that Facebook user. Hey." So what I need you to do, I need you to zip across to YouTube. So come out of Facebook completely because they're useless. Come out of Facebook, go into YouTube, and up in the search bar at the top, type in Paul Francis Medium, and it'll take you straight back to the show. Take you straight back here, okay? And then I can see who you are and we can have a chat. Julia Evans has joined us. Julia, good evening. Sue Vinicum. Sue, welcome to the show. As always, lovely to see you. Hello, Eva. Eva says, hi. I'll start that again. Hello. Nice to see you all. Sounded almost Irish, even though I do know she's American. Roger Garza, brother, we are in the office waiting on you. He's in the office. Brother Roger is in the office. Have you seen his office? I got a glimpse of it on Saturday, and he's looking awfully posh, I tell you that. Angela McKendrick, good evening, Paul. Good evening, Angela. So we got another Facebook user saying hi again, and I got another one saying, hope you're well. Don't know who you are. Love to say hi to you. So come out of Facebook, go up into YouTube, click on YouTube, open YouTube up. At the top, you'll see the search bar. It'll say empty. So you type in there, Paul Francis Medium. It'll take you straight back to the show, and I'll be able to see exactly who you are and say hi to you. But nonetheless, welcome to the show, and thank you for being here. Lynn has joined us. Lynn, good evening, my darling. As always, Modi Live. Good evening, Paul, and all Modi Live. I love it, Modi Live. Sounds like a rapper. But evening. Good. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate that. Julie Evans says, good evening to everybody. Charlie Sharnock is saying, hey, how y'all doing? And everybody said hi to each other, which is wonderful. Don't forget, guys, I really need you to share the show, especially tonight, because I'm getting some grief from Facebook. So I don't know whether it's getting out there. I don't know how things are going, but please, please, please get it across. Oh, Charlie says that was me on Facebook. Well, Charlie, thank you. Thank you for taking the time to zoom across to YouTube and being there. Now, what I need you all to do is, especially Charlie, if you're a first timer here or if you've been here before, what you need to do is subscribe. Click that subscribe button and then click the little bell icon. Okay, but like the show, smash that like button, like the show. I need you to subscribe, because what's going to happen every time we come onto the show, because we're going to be coming through YouTube constantly. Every time we release a show, be it this show or Spirit Quest or anything else, then you will be notified immediately that we are live, and then you don't have to do any searching. So subscribe to the show, and as everybody who's listening tonight, subscribe to the show and hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the bell icon, so the bell will let you know every time we're on. So Charlie says, I've already subscribed. I am on the ball. Tina can too. Tina can too. So she certainly can. Tina, welcome to the show. Lovely to see you. Share the show with your friends, with your family, of course. Invite your friends and family to come aboard. More importantly, make sure that you share it with your groups. That's really important. Catherine has joined us. Catherine, my darling. Looking forward to hanging out with you and the spirits today. Woohoo! She's lovely. All the way from Canada. Catherine's come and joined us. So we got everybody coming in from the United States, from Ireland. Did I see my darling cousin in there a second ago? Just like go back up again. I'm just going up and down to check. Kellyanne Howe, didn't say hi to Kellyanne. Welcome to the show, Kellyanne. Lovely to see you. There she is, Grania McBride. I knew I saw the little G hanging in there. Good evening, my darling. Welcome to the show, as always. I hope everybody in Ireland, I hope everybody in the United States, I hope everybody here in the UK is all good. It's beautiful here in Cornwall tonight. There's broken cloud and there's a full moon, and the stars are just peeking through as well. So it's a beautiful, beautiful evening here. Chilly, but beautiful. I love it, chilly. Phil's joined us. Phil, good evening, sir. Welcome to the show. Lovely to see you. Now, I'm going to be doing Q&A. Now, you guys know the score. If you want to build up the energy around yourself, come up with some questions, get that energy flowing, and we can make things happen. Now, that'll be coming up shortly. I'm not going to be doing any reads just now, but later on in the show tonight, I'm going to be doing cards for everybody. So stick by, wait at the end of the show, and I will be doing cards for everybody. So don't worry about if I don't see you, if I don't speak to you. I'm going to be doing cards for everybody. So, make sure you hang out to the end of the show. I got you for the next hour and 40 minutes. So let's make it happen. Now, today, I actually was doing a bit of meditation. I always do some meditation, especially pre-show. And I was doing some meditation. And as I kind of was just getting the energy flowing, whoosh, out in comes this young lady. Boom. Like that. I was like, oh my gosh. Okay. So, and I just heard my guides go, draw her. So I quickly sketched her as I could see her. It was kind of like, it was like, I was trying to almost say, hold still so I can see what you look like. So I just kept flashes of this person's face. But it turned out that she was after somebody in the audience, and somebody who was watching. It's amazing. I wanted to share this with you guys. Now, the person who actually claimed her was somebody that I had met when I was working with Derek Akora many, many, many moons back. And she said, you've got everything right. You've got the names, you got the actual look of her right as well. And she was giving me all this, oh wow, I'm so happy because I was thinking about her and so on and so forth. But it's kind of like there's reasons why they'll grab my attention. and there's reasons why they'll come in. So when you guys are always saying to me, they're trying to get through, they're trying to get through, or I wish they would talk to me, I wish they would talk to me, and I'm going, they're constantly talking to you, and they will take every opportunity to be able to get through to you. There's proof right in that pudding right there. This young lady took this. Well, actually, it turned out to be the young lady's mother, but she came through to me in a sort of a younger guise, and um, she used that opportunity to get through to me to get to her daughter. So that is exactly how it works. All right. They will be wanting to try and to talk to you first, but as I say, usually your mind is on multiples of things and not really on how they're trying to talk to you. But she did a real kind of like, okay, let's go around the back door here. Let's shake up the, let's shake things up. So she pays attention. And I would, with my guides obviously as well, said sketcher, and then put the sketch up, and then put this part of the read to the sketch, which then got her attention. You even have a card for me, says Grania. Everybody. Kathy Little's joined us. Kathy, good evening, my darling. As always, Roger saying, hey, shared. Pay attention. I've shared, Paul. Rory, Kathy Little's joined us. Hi, Kathy, darling. Lovely to see you. Thanks for being here. Lynn says, please share the show for Paul, families, friends, neighbors, but especially your influential groups. Yes, indeedy. Make sure you do that, please. So make sure that you have, get some questions, get some energy flowing around you so that your loved ones can use that energy to maybe link in with me. I open the energy. I've got music playing in the background. I've got all the energies in this room balanced as well as I can. And we're ready to rock and roll. So I wanted to be able to get that on with you. Now, before I kick off, I wanted to do the usual and make sure you guys know that I'm coming to you tonight live from UPRN. That's United Public Radio Network, with many, many thanks to Joe and the crew. Joe, Michelle, Amelia, thank you so very much for all the work that you've done in the background to make this happen. I'm coming to you on 105.3 right up to 107.7 FM, coming to you live from the very beautiful New Orleans. So it is 8, I can't believe we're like 6th of March. And then the next show is the 8th of March, obviously, is Thursday night. 6th of March already. So that means we are zooming at a rapid rate of knots towards the 17th of March, which is Patrick's Day. St. Paddy's Day. Gina Benston has come into the house. Gina from the Fox's Den. Good evening, my darling. Good to see you. Welcome to the show. I have another wonderful person who's come in and take the time to say hi. Hello, Paul. I hope everyone is doing well. I don't know who you are, but that's what I get to see. So please, please, please come in via YouTube. So zip back out of Facebook, go into YouTube, in the search bar, type in Paul Francis Medium, and it'll bring you straight back to the show, and I'll be able to see you exactly who you are and say hi. Lovely to see you. The lovely Gina is in the house. Now make sure that you, if you, I don't know what time it is. It's and I think kind of a late show for us here in the UK, a bit like Roger's show. So, so Gina and the Fox's Den is a great show to watch as well. There's lots of stuff going on. It is something that we're able to bring you a lot of good news, good information, and share a lot of stuff with you. Right, Charlie says, how do you know if your dreams of loved ones are their way of communicating? Right. That's a really good question, by the way, Charlie. Let me just explain to you how it works. Right. There are dreams and there are visitations. Okay. A dream is a kind of like, it's basically what a dream is your conscious and your subconscious kind of getting together and putting things in. Imagine it like a sorting office in a post office, kind of in a sorting office. So your dreams are sorting things out, and your conscious, subconscious are all kind of sorting things out, and dreams just don't make sense. That's okay. That's the way it's supposed to be. Now, it's very, very unhealthy if you're not dreaming. You may think, oh, I don't dream, but you do. You wouldn't be able to survive without dreaming. So the difference between a dream and a visitation is thus: you will forget a dream. It's that simple. You'll forget a dream. And you will not forget a visitation because you will remember absolutely everything that's connected to that visitation, all the information, who it was you were linking to, what they were wearing, what you were wearing, where you were, what time of the day it was, the feelings, the thoughts, the impressions, the whole 9 yards, the messages, especially. It's because your loved ones can use a certain part of your sleep called REM, or rapid eye movement, and that is the kind of the deepest part that you go down to. In you got alpha, beta, theta, and you go down to theta where REM sleep occurs, and that's where they can link in with you, and they can transfer thoughts and make a connection with you, and put a little movie together, which you would call a dream. Now, the difference is that's how you know the difference, because you'll forget a dream. It'll just go, you go, oh, I had a weird dream about such and such, and then you'll forget it. Whereas a visitation, you'll not forget. You'll remember absolutely everything about it. Okay. So Gina says Thursday evenings between 8 and 10 Eastern. Well, that's okay because it's not during my show, which I'm very glad, because my show's Thursday nights as well. So you watch me first, and then you zip over and watch Gina. Job done. Congratulations on your show. Gina says, thank you so very, very kindly. That's very I'm touched. Thank you very much, because that's coming from a very seasoned professional. You know exactly what you're talking about. Thank you. Rachel Salinas. Hello, Paul. Hope everyone's doing well. That was me on Facebook. Don't be sorry. Gosh, do never be sorry, ever. I appreciate every effort that everybody makes. Please, thank you very much for making that effort. So, Charlie, basically, that's the way it is. You'll remember absolutely everything that happened during, for all intents and purposes, let's call it a dream. You'll remember everything that happened. You'll remember where you were, what you talked about, what the message was, um, what you were wearing, even, colors and walls, floors, inside, outside, everything. And that's the difference, because a visitation is kind of like a very private and personal movie. That's probably best way I can sort of explain that to you. So hopefully that helps you, my darling. Thank you very much for that question. It's a great question. I appreciate that very much. Rachel says, I've just shared that one because Rachel did say it was me. Mo says, do you have any good resources for the dream interpretations? I've been having a lot of weird dreams recently. Now, here's the thing, right? There are websites that do dream interpretations. How do you know what? I can't do anything else except be honest. So I don't buy into that. Okay. And I'll tell you why. Certain things will relate to certain people and other things won't. So what might mean something to you would mean something completely different to somebody else. So therefore, a dream interpretation is the person who's interpreting the dream. You follow my? It's like, okay, let me put it this way. It's like someone writes a letter, okay, and they put it down on the table. Mo picks up the letter and reads it. I pick up the letter and read it. Gina picks up the letter and reads it. And Lynn picks up the letter and reads it. Catherine picks up the letter and they all read it. And we all sit down to discuss the letter. And each one of us will have an opinion on that particular letter or the content within it, because we read it from our interpretation. And that's what I mean. Websites will give you an interpretation of a dream, but that's their interpretation. So it really, really is down to maybe having a look at what different interpretations come across as, and then sort of forming your own. What was in your dream. There may be certain aspects of the dream that I could say, well, okay, well, that usually means this. But I might say that to you. I might go, for example, oh, I was dreaming about this rabbit. And I might say to you, that is, the rabbit usually is something to do with luck. Or, you've heard of a rabbit's foot, or the rabbit has got something to do with, I'm trying my hardest, it's to do with spirit animal, for example, in which case takes you down a completely different road altogether. I might give you two interpretations, and you might go, nah, I don't buy into either of those two. And you'd be right. I give you my interpretation, but you would be right because you say I don't buy into that, and I go fine. I really genuinely would go okay because it's not because I'm wrong. It's because you are right in not buying into it. If your gut instinct is not telling you that's the right answer, trust your instincts. Okay. Gina says, I love that explanation. No, thank you very much. It's a true and honest explanation. If each one of us will look at a letter, we'll read the content, and that letter will mean something to us. And each one of us who read it it'll mean something different because we read it from our perspective. And the same thing with um dream interpretation. And I find that even when I've listened to highly qualified doctors talking about it too as well, psychiatrists and different psychiatrists will give you different interpretations. So it just leads me right back to self-interpretation. But share with me what you have, Mo, that I might be able to help you. I don't know, but I might be able to help you. So Catherine says, question: do you have a definitive moment when you realized you were able to communicate with spirits? Was there a final, this is real experience for you, or was it a slow and gradual process? Well, I remember exactly the very first time I experienced a paranormal. I now I'll tell you why. Because I was 5 years old, I wasn't aware that I was having a paranormal experience. As far as I'm concerned, the person I was talking to was sitting in the chair. I didn't know. Well, I saw this person sitting in the chair, and I was talking to him, and the guy put his hand on my head, and he smiled at me, and he I can't remember whether he spoke to me or not, to be absolutely honest with you, but I remember chatting to him, and I remember my grandmother saying, "Who are you talking to?" Something like the man, and she was like, "But there's nobody there," and I'm going, "Well, he's right there. Look, I can see him. He's there." And anyway, so this went on for a little while, and it was I don't know, a week, so 2 weeks maybe later, when we were going through photographs, and I went, "There he is. That's him," and I pointed it out in photograph, and she said, "That's your great uncle Hugh," and I goes, "Right, okay," and she goes, "But he died 20 years ago, son, so you couldn't have been talking to him." I was like, "I know who I was talking to. He was sitting in that chair, and I was chatting to him." So I remember that experience profoundly. And then I remember now different experiences where they were prepping me, getting me ready to move down the route of working with spirit. At one point, they thought I was going to become a priest. So did I, because everything that I was doing actually walked alongside of what priests call the calling. And everything that was happening, I was convinced I was going to be a priest. I was very, very lucky in the fact that an uncle of mine was a bishop, and his best pal was the cardinal. So I was in. So, and it was only I was standing in the cathedral in Armagh, and I went up into the pulpit because I could do. I was lucky. I walked into the pulpit, and I just heard behind me, "Not like this, not this way." And I thought I was being told off. I literally thought somebody was behind me. It was that clear. And I looked around, and there was nobody there, and I heard it again, "Not this way." So okay, went down to the bottom of the pulpit. If you can at some point, Google Armagh Cathedral. It's amazingly beautiful. And you'll see the pulpit. I was up in that. You'll see the actual pulpit I was standing in. And as I come down to the bottom of the pulpit, my mom walked past because she was cleaning the cathedral, and she said to me, "Well, how did it fit?" And I said, "Not this way, not like this, mom." And she like that. She just went, "Well, at least I won't have to call you father." And she just carried on working. So it was amazing, and that was kind of my first real what what is this? What's going on? It's amazing. It's an amazing thing. But that was the first time. The gradual process. Well, actually, I'm writing a book at the moment called Walking with the Light, where I explain the process. And the reason why I explain the process is just in case somebody else is going through the same thing, and they'll realize they're not alone, and they realize, "Oh my goodness, I'm doing that. That's happening with me." and maybe, just maybe, it'll help. Okay. Great question, though, Catherine. Thank you so very, very much. Gina is going to go cook. Gina, I did that before I came in. um, Mo says, yes, I've tried the website for Dream, but it's all too much info. Don't know what to take. Well, I would go with what fits. Read bits and pieces, and you think, yeah, that makes sense. Or you read, I've read a whole pile of stuff, and I'm going, nah, that just doesn't set for me. So it really is a matter of personal perception. What fits and feels right to you is probably a good idea, but don't be frightened to share. Okay, you're sharing. In my dream, I killed someone and got scared of getting caught. Very frightening. Right. Well, that's fact. It's actually the opposite. I do know about that one actually, as it happens. Um, it's not the fear of killing someone; it's the fear of not. Sorry, the opposite. It's not the fear of not killing them; it's the fact that you're worried about them doing something to you. That's what I was trying to say. Um, it's actually reversed because numbers and letters in dreams are always reversed. So, and that's why the big goal concept that the number 666, the number of the beast, is actually rubbish, because numbers are reversed in dreams. So therefore, it's not 666; it's actually 999, which, when you think about it, actually makes sense. But anyway, um, you it's not it's not the killing, the physicality of the killing of the person that the dream is relating to. It's the emotional connection that you're worried about. That's what that's what that's all about. It's like getting away from them, breaking down the relationship, or breaking off the relationship is usually what that is connected to. I actually know we a little bit about that one. So and the frightening side of it is whether or not you can break that relationship off or away from it and be safe and happy. That's what that's all about. That much I can tell you. Once again, I will tell you my bits and pieces, and if you like it and it fits for you, then work on that. If it doesn't fit for you, equally, that doesn't feel right to me, Paul. 100% happy with that, please. Um, Sue says, I find that if I'm stressed, worried, or something wrong with my family or friends, I get bad dreams that are very muddled and quite disturbing the next day. Once again, very similar to Mo. It's along the lines of your emotions getting in and locked into fact. Okay, so you're basically, I, I tell people this on a regular basis. There's nobody on this planet can make you feel. You have to choose the feelings. Alrighty. So I can't ring up you, Sue, and I say, "Hey, Sue, hey, it's Paul," and you go, "Hey, Paul, how are you?" I go, "Listen, I tell you what I want you to do today. I want you to feel sad all day." And you'll go, "What?" And I go, "I want you to feel sad all day, literally, from the moment I finish talking to you. I want you to feel sad, really, really down, tear, and you'll put the phone down on me, and rightly so. However, if I ring you up and I go, "Hey, Sue, how are you? Lovely to see you." Tell you what, you know what? You are an amazing person. You're an absolute sweetheart. You're a phenomenal mother. You deserve everything great. You deserve the sun shining on you permanently. You deserve to hear birds chirping around you. You deserve great things. You'll go, "Yeah, yeah, no, you're right," because you choose that. Okay. So when you're feeling sad and negative, you're choosing that emotion. So really, why are you choosing that emotion? Okay, and what is that emotion going to do for you? That's what you got to start to really evaluate. Okay, I don't choose to be sad. I don't choose to hang on to anger. I don't choose negativity. Is like somebody said to me recently, "Oh, you really hate that," and I actually quite quickly just turned one. I don't have any room in my heart for hate. I don't have a room in my life for hate. I haven't got enough life left without, sticking hate in there as well. I don't have. I may not like something, but I don't have any room for hate. So, and I just trained myself to think like that. So, when you're stressed and worried about something, here's the thing: will that stress and that worry change the situation? That's a high and a low of this. Really, will that stress and will that worry actually change the situation? And the answer usually is no, because the only thing that will change the situation is you getting up and doing something about it. Okay, so it's like worrying about. It's like Maya. I'm gonna use Maya at the minute because Maya's getting ready to do her GCSE exams and stuff. And I said to her, okay, when you worry and stress and you stress out with the exams, you start losing sleep, and that starts to affect your following day. Your ability to retain information gets affected, all because you're stressed out. And she goes, yeah, okay. I said, so what you're doing is you're pushing a snowball of negativity, and that snowball will only get bigger, okay, to the point where it blocks out everything. So what you need to do is quite simple technique. And what that simple technique is, remember the day you learned the lesson. So what happened on the day you learned the lesson on that particular exam? Oh. So, and what you're doing is you're opening little pathways to memory. Okay, you're not worrying it's stress because stress closes it down. Stress closes your mind down. Stress closes everything down. So you're getting rid of stress, which just is the biggest killer in the UK, by the way, and in the world most likely. You're getting rid of stress. You're opening your mind up, and usually within that opening comes answers to what the problems are. Okay, here's Sue. I want you to, well, not just Sue, but everybody. I want you to make note of what I'm about to share with you. Okay, a problem is a situation with an answer. A problem is a situation with an answer. That's all it is. Okay. Now, if you take the problem and you start pumping on top of that stress and worry and negative thoughts and feelings, you're just adding to the problem. Okay. If you step back, evaluate the problem for what it is, you'll very often find the conclusion or an option to that particular problem. And a big thing that most people, not necessarily in the United States, but definitely in the UK, a lot of people in the UK don't seem to want to be able to say, I need help with that. I want some help. Can somebody help me with this? Right? Once you get over that barrier of going to somebody going, I really cannot figure this out. Can you give me a hand? Because tell you what, everybody I say that to go, yeah, of course I can help you. And off you go. So, Sue, de-stress, let things go, sit down and just let stress flow away from you. Sitting in a chair, put your hands on your lap and imagine stress being at the top of your head. Imagine sitting in a tank of water. Okay. And as you let the water flow down, imagine somebody just pulls a plug out at the bottom and the water starts to empty down over the top of your head, your ears, down the sides of your head, to your neck, to your shoulders. But as it's going down, it's pulling with it all the stress, all the worry, and all the pain and the anger. And you just let it flow. Just let it go. Your mind will go, oh, yeah, but hang on, you hang on. And then you go, no, no, no. Breathe and just go, let it go, let it go. And just imagine it flow right down past your hips, down your legs, past your knees, calves, through your feet, and down into the floor, and just let it go. And just sit there and just let it go and just bask in the warm sunlight after the water has left you. Stress gone. Think about the situation, and a solution will show itself. Give it a go. Right. So, Sue, I'm stressed right now. So what you said makes a lot of sense. Thank you for sharing. There you go. So Gina has got to go cook. Great to see you too, Gina. Enjoy cooking. It's one of the way I actually de-stress. I get locked into the kitchen. I get the pots and pans going, and off I go with my herbs and spices and salts and peppers and wines and this and that. And, off I go. In fact, I made my beautiful wife a curry before I came in here to work tonight because she's in there working away. And I said, well, I'll make you something to eat before I go. So I made her a curry. But I just get de-stressed. I love it. Mo says, I checked out Armagh Cathedral. It's majestic. It is. And Armagh Cathedral was built on the site of a meteor strike in Armagh. So that big hill was actually where a meteor struck the earth and a cathedral was built on top of it. It's amazing. Try and Google and get some pictures going, and you'll see exactly where I was. That was my uncle's, the bishop is buried there. He's buried in the grounds of the cathedral. And in the pulpit That's where I heard not like this, not this way. So there you go. Um, let's have a look at what we got here. Oh, Sue's talking to Mo. Okay, that's good. Love all this here. Now, if you're listening to me tonight and you're driving through the beautiful state of New Orleans, then listen and enjoy. But as soon as you get the opportunity, pull in, get on your cell phone, get on your laptop, get on your tablet, get onto YouTube, and come and join us here on Reach Across with Paul Francis. So you're listening to me 105.3 and 107.7 FM coming from UPRN, United Public Radio Network, with New Orleans being the host. Kellyanne Howe's in the house. Kellyanne, good evening. And so is Puffin. Puffin, lovely to see you guys. Welcome to the show. Sue says, I choose to be happy, but if outside factors say one of your family is poorly, that's when I find it difficult to push away. My mom says, I'm like a sponge, soak it up. Right. Well, once again, Sue, how is that benefiting? How is that helping? It's not. Okay. So, okay, let me just, here's a very, very simple solution. So you have a family member who's poorly. So let's get you sick as well. So we'll get you stressed out, we'll get you poorly, we'll get you sick, tired, worked out, worried, and let's get you right in there. How are you going to help? And I rest my case. Joanna Miller has joined us. Joanna, good evening. Lovely to see you. Lynn says, oh my God, pictures come off the table onto the floor. Guess who it is? Roger Allen. Roger, hello. Hi, Paul. Sorry not been on recently. Hope you and yours are well. Roger and Sue Allen, lovely to say hi to you guys. I was thinking about you the other day, actually, weirdly enough. I was thinking about you guys very, very recently. It's good to see you. I hope you guys are well. And I hope we can catch up sometime in the very, very near future. Thanks for coming on. Make sure you guys, everybody who's listening to the show, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit the bell icon. So every time I'm live, you guys get told and warned that I'm coming on live. So hit that bell icon. You're going to have some water right here. So Reach Across is all about making connections. That's why the two hands come reach across. So the connections are genuinely from our friends and family who are in spirit. Now, I teach as much as I do reads, and I mean, it's dead easy to. Sorry, well, it is kind of easy to do reads, and I could be sitting here doing reads all night long. But to be honest with you, I think it's duty bound for a psychic medium to teach as much as do the reads. Now, if I teach you, if I do just reads for you, that's all you'll want. You'll just want to hear more and more reads. Okay. Whereas if I teach you how to understand how they come through to you, through to me, then you will be that little bit more wary of how they're trying to get through to you. So the door will be open. The door will allow you a little bit more so leeway to understand when and how they're around you. Alrighty. So be aware of how they're going to make a connection to you, because it's not always as simple as, hi, I'm here. Because not all people can understand their own thoughts over those somebody's trying to put it into your mind. Now, if you're in a deep sleep, that's different. You're not combating the thought. It's coming in. Whereas here you could say, oh, maybe I'm missing my mom or my dad, and that's why I just thought that. Okay, so you're starting to combat it. That's because you're trained to do that. So what I got to do is deprogram you and get you back into being open. So what we will do is I will teach you a few little ways and hows and means that they will sort of, what they'll do to try and get your attention. Number one, they will try and move things. They'll try and move pictures that are associated with him. They'll try and move items like curtains. They'll try and open and close doors. They may even move your keys around, things of that nature. Usually something simple to try and get your attention. Tell us to say, I'm here. If that happens, if you start finding your keys aren't where you left them, if you start finding pictures, specific pictures of particular people, say turned back to front or placed face down, or face up for that matter, or whatever, then acknowledge that person. Say, hey, is that you doing this? Is that mom? Is that you? Did you just do that? And wait for a result. Now, the result may not necessarily be there and then, but it may happen again. Say you have a picture of mom, and you go in and the picture's lying on its back, face up, and you put it up again. Mom, if that was you, I want you to do that again. Okay, it may happen. If it happens there and then, usually it'll scare you, but usually you'll go in and come back and it's back the way you found it. That's a really good indication that mom's around, or dad, or whomever you're trying to get a hold of. Another way they will try and get a hold of you is they will make a smell or a scent happen around you. Very often it will be a perfume or a cologne, or maybe a cigar or pipe smoke, or cigarette smoke, for example, or maybe the smell of baking is a very, very common one as well. So they'll use different scents that will trigger your memory to let you know they're around you. Usually, it's in and around a birthday or an anniversary is when they're trying to get your attention. So if you make a connection to somebody, have a look at the date. What does that date associate, or a date in and around this time? So here we are tonight on the 6th of March. So you might want to think what happened on the 5th, 4th, or 3rd, or the 7th, 8th, and 9th, something along those lines, but it'll be in and around the time. So those are usual ways that they will try and get your attention. Now, other ways is what I call messengers. And a messenger could well be a butterfly, a dragonfly, a bird, or even music. Music can be a messenger as well. And the usual one I get is when I get into the car, on comes a particular track, and I go, right, gotcha. I know you're here. So things of that nature will happen. So, Joanna Miller, Joanna, hi. Been having lots of spiritual experiences and trying to understand why and what are they, or whoever they are trying to tell me, and need some understanding. Okay, Joanna, sure. Well, share what those experiences are. Now, as I'm looking at your picture, I'm drawn to a lady, but the lady's on dad's side of the family. Okay, so if it was grandmother on dad's side of the family, okay, not the maternal connection, but I'm getting an older female coming in on dad's side of the family. So it's either a grandmother or an aunt, but there's an energy around that side. I keep seeing the Red Cross around this person as well. So the Red Cross would simulate to me that they were connected to healthcare in some way. Okay, they could have worked in a hospital. They could have been connected to healthcare during the war. They could have been working in dental practice. I don't know. The Red Cross means healthcare connection to me, in whatever form. They could have been a cleaner in a doctor's office. It's still connected to healthcare. Doesn't necessarily mean they were a doctor. So, but as I'm getting that connection, there's a red cross comes up, and they want me to acknowledge there's a healthcare connection. Maybe them, maybe somebody with them. I'm getting an L connection, like Laura, Louise, Lucy, Lawrence. There's a strong L name they want me to acknowledge. When I say names, don't automatically assume that that person's crossed. It means who they are, who's with them, or they want me to acknowledge here on the earth plane. So who they are, who they're with, please say hello to. So there's a strong L name they want me to acknowledge, and they keep talking about the 8th being significant. So that's the 8th month of August, or the 8th of a month is significant here. They want me to acknowledge as well, Joanne. Now, they, I nearly went Joe, and they stopped me. Joanna. I went Joanna. And I was going to shorten it to Joe, but either you don't like it being shortened to Joe, or they didn't like it being shortened to Joe. But there's a Joe or Joanna. Or the other reason that they'll do that is there's another J-O. Okay. There's another J-O name. Okay. So Johanna has come up and said, let me just bring her up. 8th of March, my baby was due. Oh, okay, my darling. So gotcha. Um, and there's a Steve, Stephanie. There's an ST sounding name they want me to acknowledge as well. I'm sorry you went through that, my darling. I'm very, very sorry. But if it's in any way, shape, or form helpful in any way, Your little baby who came here to touch the physical will be growing up with your friends and family in spirit. Okay, I promise you that. Because I usually, I'm not gonna lie, it didn't happen. I will never ever lie, but usually they show me little sparkles. Like if you imagine seeing someone holding a sparkler in the dark, I'll see like that, and that usually means to me, child. Didn't get that. I'm not gonna lie, they haven't spoken about that, but obviously they proved that by saying the eighth. Um, well, I have an energy that's coming in and around you that says they cross over with a fall or an accident or an incident. It's not healthcare related. Okay, so there's an incident or situation, bang, and they're on the other side of life. They want me to acknowledge that, and I keep getting the ST name, so it's like Steve, Stephanie, Stefan, that kind of a name is being right. Okay, big for sale sign around you, and it's flashing boom, 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 like that. When I see a for sale sign, it means significant change. That's what that means to me. To me, it means yes, change of home, change of job, change whatever the situation around you. It does have a life changing concept to it. However, of all of the significant things that you want me to say to you, that's it. You want me to say to you, I'm seeing the for sale sign, because when it means life changing or life orientating, it means with a lot of positivity. That's the one you want me to see. And the very fact that it's going boom, boom, boom means it's time to move towards climbing up that ladder again. Okay. The character. Why do they keep shouting the character? The character. I'm hearing, okay, it's not my information. I keep hearing the character. I don't know what that means. I've no symbolisms for what that is, but I keep hearing the character. Um, Now this is going to sound a little bit tough, Joanna, but they're telling me two kids in spirit. They're not telling me one. They're telling me two. Okay, they want to acknowledge more than one child in spirit, and the name Pete, Pete or Peter, is being shouted in the background as well. Um, you definitely needed to change. You definitely needed to move. You definitely needed to brush off. But however, it's almost like you've got an elastic band in your past. That now the elastic band to your past is your choice. It's not somebody who's deliberately holding you back. You're holding on to the past, okay? But the past has no relevance to the future, okay? It only becomes relevant when you make it relevant, okay? So the past has no relevance to the future. Your future is what you want it to be, and you can just allow yourself to heal. You don't have to knock yourself down. You don't have to be sad. You don't have to say, well, I shouldn't be happy. This should be happening. No, 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 not at all. I always say to you'll if you watch my show regularly, you'll hear me say on a regular basis, if you want to honor those who dad, I just heard dad being shouted in the background. So either dad or a father figure in spirit wants me to acknowledging. Alrighty. But I always say if you want to honor those who have crossed and be the best you can be here, okay? Honor those who have crossed by being successful, by being happy, by being productive with your life. Alrighty. I'm supposed to tell you to remember the book is significant. The book is significant. Okay. Oh, you got two in spirit, my darling. Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. There you go. Oh wow. Wow. So I said you have an elastic band holding you to the past, let it go and get on with making your life happen. Here's the card that comes out for you, my darling. Release and surrender. We shower you with blessings of our radiant love. Open your arms and release the challenges that you've held tightly gripped with your hands. Open your hands and arms and heart to our love and assistance. Joanna, I do hope that helps you, my darling, and thank you very, very much for sharing your experience with us. I promise you, it will have gone to help a lot of other people, although maybe other ladies who've gone through the same thing. Thank you very, very much. Roger says, called out to my late wife for help with my son, and the next morning, first song we heard was "Don't worry about a thing, everything's gonna be right." Don't worry about a thing. What a great tune, and that's a great. And thanks for sharing that, Roger. Thank you very much. Kelly McLaughlin's just come in. Lovely to see you, darling. Um, thanks for being here as well. I hope you're well. Mary Erickson said, I have a vivid memory of a visit from my father. He held a note. I couldn't read the note, and I could not read it. And he moved it closer. He said, one of my sons will join me soon. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Did that happen? Did that happen? I've been very interested to hear, Mary. Um, 3 years later, my husband passed. I realized he was speaking about my husband that he considered his. Oh, right. Gotcha. Amazing. Amazing. So you got a direct message. And the good thing about that is your dad is telling you he's going to be with him. So your husband and your dad hanging out together, looking out for each other. How cool is that? Joanna says, thank you very much. You're very, very welcome, Joanna. Very welcome. Dawn Hatton, good evening, all with lovely three little hearts going on there. So here we are. I can't believe we're already around the first hour of the show already. So just as I do a little bit of bits and pieces going on here, give me 1 second while I move things around and get myself into where I can do more work for you guys. So don't forget, if you want me to come to you, they'll ask questions. That is the best way to make things happen. Okay, questions will build up energy around you, and that energy I'll be able to tap into. They'll be able to tap into, and then hopefully out of that we're going to get a little bit of a read going for you. Be right back after this message. Welcome back, and that was a little bit of a link message there, and me being me, I pressed the wrong button and sent the wrong message up. So, but there we go. That just goes to prove I am human after all. So that was a lovely message coming in there, and hopefully that helps. And I genuinely do hope that helps you, Joanna. Thank you for sharing that with us. My dad leaves many lessons and makes sure that I see them, and I know it's from him, says Mary. And that's great because now Mary is tuned into how her dad speaks to her, that she'll be getting more and more messages from him. Charlie says, not sure if my question has come through. I'm not too sure either, Charlie, but I did a wee bit of a read for you, I think. I'm sure I did. But fire your question through again. It's not a problem. Nobody's going to shout at you. My show, and I'm the only one who does the shouting. So there we go. So coming up on Thursday night, we've got Spirit Quest. So Spirit Quest is all about trying to look at what meta life is. So we have life, then we have beyond life. So paranormal, normal. What is normal? Everybody goes, oh yeah, it's all paranormal. But what is normal? So you got to figure out what normal is first before you can associate what paranormal is. Now, there's a few people watching going, why does he keep flipping his nose? Because those of you who know me for a long time know that when spirit's around me, my nose gets itchy. And that's what's happening. So spirit is definitely around me. Um, so Charlie, I don't know if I have read your question, but I remember just chatting with some information with you for a little bit earlier. Anyway, makes no odds. Don't forget to share the show, get it out there with your friends and family. But more importantly, if you're watching me on YouTube tonight, make sure you subscribe. Subscribe, click that subscribe button, and make sure that you hit that like the show. And of course, don't forget to hit the little bell icon, because the bell will tell you when we have new shows or new things coming up. And I may be putting up some um, little meditations that you would, I'll be putting them up free, free for you guys to use. And you won't know they're up there unless you click that little bell icon. So, yeah, I did discuss that, Charlie. Why my loved one is showing fear? As why is my loved one showing fear? As in, they are scared. Um, who is showing fear, darling? That's the big question. Who? Are you talking about somebody in spirit? Because they don't. There's no fear on that side of things. Okay. Um, because it's once again, it's down to interpretation. Are they showing fear, or are you interpreting what they're showing is fear? Okay. Now, if you imagine somebody from spirit was trying to be showing you that they're frightened and they're worried and they're scared, that's only going to heighten your anxiety. And so that's not what they do. They really want to make sure your life is as strong and as well and as good as it possibly can be. So they tend to put positive things in your way rather than trying to scare you. Okay. So, but we can make sure that, you make those links, you make those connections. My mom was in spirit, says Charlie, but I can guarantee you, she's not frightened, and she's not worried, she's not scared. It's more about how you are with you. Now, she will be doing everything she possibly can. She was mom while she was here. She's going to be mom continuously. She's not going to stop being mom just because she's in spirit. In fact, she'll find that while she's in spirit, she's got much more abilities than she had when she was here. So she'll be opening doors for you, but whether or not you go through those doors is another matter, because you have what's called freedom of choice. Yes, you have. So they'll put things in front of you, and whether or not you decide, I want to take that up, or whether I'm not going to take it up, is another matter. It's a big thing to say, oh, I don't know if I can do that. A, because I can't be bothered, or B, it seems to be a bit too tough. But where is it you're going? What is it you want in life, and how are you going to get there? Those are the questions a lot of people don't ask themselves. They just assume everybody wants to, automatically know what you want. Now, what mom would be doing from her perspective is seeing that you are carrying guilt connected to her because she's gone, as well, from your perspective. In a physical sense, mom's no longer here. In a spiritual sense, she's definitely here, and she's definitely around you. She'll be trying her best to let you know she's around you. Um, Now, what I said a little bit earlier maybe start to resonate with you, so I'll say it again. If you want to honor those who have crossed, so if you want to honor mom in this situation, if you want to honor those who have crossed, be the best you can be here. Make them proud by making your life worth. Okay, you have you're very intelligent. You don't necessarily always use that intelligence to its max. Um, One of the things that I don't know whether I'm picking up mom around you or whether I'm picking up grandmother, because the height is the situation I'm being told. Height, and so not very tall is what I'm being told. But your ability to listen isn't the best, is what I'm being told. Okay. But apparently I'm supposed to Charlie, I'm supposed to talk about the nails as being significant. Okay, the nails. So whether she's talking about your nails or her nails, I don't know, but the nails are significant. It's a way of letting you know who she is, who's coming through to me. I'm being told to mention the ring with the green stone is significant. Okay, the ring with the green stones or stone is significant. Okay, so you paint. Charlie's just come through and everybody and said, "I'm painting. I painted her nails." Okay, Charlie. Well, that be her way of letting you know that who's here. Alrighty, but the ring with the green stone is important. I've got to acknowledge that. And who's Barney or Barry? Who's the strong B sounding name that she wants me to talk about? Um. Okay, it's not my information. I got to share it as I get it. I see a white towel coming flying in. So basically, what that means is she did her best. She did her best to fight, but she got to the point where she just couldn't, and she throws the towel in. In other words, I fought for as long as I could, and then I just couldn't do it anymore, and I had to give up. Oh, our brother has buried. Then okay, because as they talk to me, I say to them, I need more information. I need you to share more data, so that I know I'm with you. So she wants me to acknowledge the fact that then then there are two people with the same name. She wants me to go parallel. Okay, so she's talking about two people having the same name. So either if that's your little boy who in the picture with you has the same name as somebody in spirit, but she wants me to acknowledge two names as being the same. Um, she wants you to know that she did her best, and to the point where she just couldn't do it anymore. Okay, and she just fought to the point where that was it. In comes the towel. All right, her brother was Barry and her dad was Barry. Two people of the same name. Gotcha. Now, don't be surprised if you well, there's a sharp turn coming up for you. Okay, I say a sharp left-hand turn. Really, turning left, turning right doesn't make any odds. It just means there's a change coming up on you that you're going to have to make a decision to make a choice. Um, but when you do make that choice, when you do take that left turn or that right turn, then it's really important that you give it 100%. You give it everything you got. Give it 100% total focus, and everything's going to work out. Okay. If you go off tentatively and kind of, and I mean this with, with love and with support, but if you give it a half-assed kind of a thing, it's just not going to work out. So when you make the decision, go after your new goals with absolute, focus, and everything will work out fine. I've also going to say that there's education being put in front of you for some reason, so there's going to be learning new skills coming up that's going to help you. Alrighty. Something to talk about the fourth as being significant. So either April is significant, or the fourth of a month is significant. Alrighty. Let's have a look at your messages coming back. Maria Magdalena Nolan. Hi, I'm at work, so I may not be able to get involved, but I will try to listen as much as I can. Maria, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Charlie is acknowledging that the two Barrys were her dad and her uncle, and um, everybody else is going in and Kellyanne house and anything for me. I don't like that. Don't say anything for me. Okay. So let's finish off Charlie. Um, So either the fourth of a month is significant, or the month of January, March, April, or April is significant, with a birthday and anniversary connected in on that. But when this option and choices come up for you, Charlie, give it everything. Okay, give it everything, and everything will work out. And look out for the new education coming in around you, because I'm getting being told we're putting it in front of you. 3, 4. Here we go. There you go, my darling. This is the fourth card that comes out. See only love. Look past the seeming errors, mistakes, and misunderstandings, and see only the love within each person, including yourself. Your resolute focus upon the love that underlies in every situation brings about healing in undreamed of ways. How cool is that? Charlie, I do hope that helps you, my darling, and thank you very much for being here tonight. Please continue to share the show. Dawn, I'm going to be bringing out cards for everybody towards the end of the show tonight, so please don't miss out. Make sure you hang in there and tell all your pals to come in as well. There are going to be some cards for everybody a bit later in the show, so make sure you hang out for that. Question, says Catherine. How on earth are you so rock star with these names? Oh, bless your heart, darling. Thank you so very much. I would love to be able to listen to and hear names. It is only a matter of practice. It's literally a matter of practice, but being very absolute with your guides. In my classes, when I teach my students to be very specific. Okay, it's very easy to go. It's very easy to stand up at the head of a show or a room and just throw names out, and hopefully people grab them. Okay, it's different to be to saying just spirit are they come along to a show like here, for example, tonight. They come along to speak to a person. Okay, um, usually they'll get an opportunity to get through to that person, but sometimes that doesn't happen. In the situation um, where say for example somebody doesn't get through, it doesn't mean they're not there. It just means the people who get a reading are the ones who are supposed to get a reading. But if they've made all that effort to come through, then don't be too reverent with them, okay? Because the people who are in the audience have made that effort as well. So I've always said that the people in the audience are my focus. The people in spirit are in absolute harmony and peace. So I really don't have to focus on them. So I said to them, well, look, your loved ones made the effort. You make the effort. Okay. Give me names, give me places, dates, and messages. Okay. So, but with the names, I can be off by names. It's being understanding that you can be off and it's okay. So I will always say I can be off by the name, but I won't be off by the initial or what it sounds like. So I will always give the name as I hear, see, or feel it, and I'll also give the initial as I see or feel it. And that way, you allow the audience to be a part of the reading. So if I'm using my energy, the audience will use their energy. You get twice as much energy for spirit to work with. Hence the reason I say to you guys, ask me questions. But nonetheless, Catherine, great question. Thank you very much. Woo! So Puffin says, last year I was sat in a room with a door on my right, and I was looking down at my phone in my lap when I saw a grey billowing mist going past the doorway in my peripheral vision, and it was 2 foot tall. Ooh. Um, I don't know how to answer that, but usually spirit will kind of connect with you through peripheral vision because um, if you see it face on, it can be quite daunting to say the least. But usually you'll catch movement with your peripheral, and then you'll look over and it's gone. I see it here in this house regularly. I'll often see a cat or two cats that walk around this house, and then you look down and we don't have any cats. So, but I've definitely saw the outline in the shape of a cat on a few occasions. So it's amazing. Vanessa says my head is so muddled at the moment. Okay, well if you were um I was saying to Sue a little bit earlier on the show, if your head is muddled, if you're stressed out and you're worried and it's all going 900 miles an hour, then you just need to stop. Literally stop. Okay? You're no good to anybody while you're stressed out. And especially you're no good to yourself. Okay? So just sit in a chair, put your feet on the ground, close your eyes. Imagine you're inside a tank of water. Imagine you're inside a big fish tank that's full of water. The water's above your head. And as you look up, you can see like the surface of the water above your head. Now, imagine now for an exact for a moment, someone pulls the plug out at the bottom of the fish tank. The water starts to drain away. Okay. And as it drains down over the crown of your head, down over the side of your head, past your ears, the base of your skull, onto your neck, start to feel the sunlight beaming down on you, drying the top of your head. As the water is dropping away slowly but surely, allow all the worries, stress, the aches to go with it. Allow it to flow down all the way past your shoulders, your sides, your hips, your legs, down your legs, over your knees, down the calves, ankles, past the feet, and down and out. And as it flows away, it takes with it all the stresses, the worries, the aches, the pains with it. Now, your mind will want to hang on to that, but you say, no, no, I'm letting it go. Okay. And once you feel you've let it go and you're de-stressed, you're in a better place to be able to tackle problems you're dealing with. But once again, a problem is only a situation with an answer. Find the answer for the problem, problem solved. When you start attacking the problem with negative emotions, you just build the problem. You don't solve it, you build and add to it. So, what could have been a P ends up being a mountain because you're adding to the problem. You're not looking out for the problem. So, de stress, stop worrying, and associate with the problem, and then find the correct answer. Problem solved. Um, Dawn says, I'm feeling my granddad and two grands around me a lot lately. They're like a warm hug, but they are just giving me comfort and support. Or are they trying to tell me something? Hey, listen. Okay, once again, now Dawn and like pretty much 99% of a lot of people out there who acknowledge spirit getting in contact with you overthink the situation. You they must be coming through to me. Why are they coming through to me? Is it my turn to die? No. Um, Sometimes they just want to come and give you a hug. Sometimes they just want to let you know that they're around you and you're getting support and love and strength, as they would have while they were here. It's no different. You're going to get the support, you're going to get the love, the strength, and you're going to get it all because that's what they would have done while they were here. So sometimes it's just a hug. A hug sometimes is just a hug. A kiss is just a kiss. Support is support. Sometimes you just do it because you can. So allow yourself to be supported. Allow yourself to be hugged. Allow yourself to be loved. And they may be trying to open doors for you as well. Just look out for that. Alrighty? I'm going to do a card for you because that's what I feel that message was. Dawn, I want you to look up the mountain goat. I've just been told by one of my guides, Frank, to tell you to look out for the mountain goat. The mountain goat is a spirit animal. Go and look it up of why the mountain goat is here to support you. Here's the card. Dawn, let me bring it up so the camera can. There we go. Energy work. Life can be electrifying because its very essence is energy. Your body is a remarkable energy field that will positively respond to loving treatments. Hello, warm hug. Your hands and heart are activated to give healing energy to your loved ones and clients. There you go. Check that out. Isn't that a beautiful angel? There you go. Hopefully that helps. Michigan is in the house. Lisa, welcome to the show. Lovely to see you, darling. I do hope you're well. Thank you very much for you guys for being here. So let's have a look at what Sue has just put up a huge old message there. Since I've watched your lives and you've taught us about self-affirmation and asking the universe for how you want things to be, I can't believe how many positive things have happened. Right. First and foremost, let me tell you off by saying I can't believe you should respond to that as going, since I've watched your lives and taught us about self-affirmation and asking the universe for how we want things, I it's amazing how I now believe how many positive things have happened. So she goes, oops. No, it's the very fact that you're acknowledging that it's happening. And I'm not making it happen. You are. Okay. So not just Sue, all y'all. Okay. Tell the universe what you want. Tell it when you want it by, and do not allow your negative mind to start putting things in the way. If you create the blocks, then it just makes the universe job harder. Okay. So if you say, right, I want a house and I want that house by June. Okay. And in the back of your mind, you go, well, I know I'm not going to get it. Well, the universe goes, well, okay. There's no point in me looking for you then. If you know you're not going to get it, there's no point in me actually going out and getting it for you because you've just told me you're not going to get it. So you say to the universe, right, listen, do you know what? I'm a good person. I work hard. I give out as much energy as I possibly can into the universe. I deserve a really, really great house and I want it by June. Right, what's next? And that's it. Okay, let the universe work on it. Call on the angels to help. Can't hurt. So here we go. And it's 20 past 9 on this beautiful Monday evening on Reach Across. As I said, very, very shortly, I'm going to be doing cards for everybody. Please stick around. Not a lot of people chatting in the room tonight. I need to see the energy flowing. Come on, y'all. As let's have a look. I was on the 2-year waiting list for an operation. I asked for it sooner, and now I'm on the 17th. There you go. 17th of March. That is the day to have an operation. St. Patrick's Day. It's going to be great. You're going to come flying out of there, and you're going to have a pint of Guinness. You're going to be coming out of there cartwheeling, so don't you worry about that. You'll be laughing. So, okay. So, basically, if I've missed your questions, please forgive me because the information moves really, really fast and it goes past me, so I can't see it. So if I've missed your question, please forgive me. But when I'm giving a message out for someone, already, it's not. Yes, it is for the person that I'm giving it to, but it's for you all. Each of you should be able to take out of that little message what suits you as well. Spirit doesn't do it. It kind of it's they're sending out programming to everybody, and that programming is your friends and family have made it to the other side of life happy and safe. They're great. They're happy, and they are very much around you. Okay. They're telling you that they try their best to put things in their way to help you, but they're not here to live your life for you. That's your job. Alrighty. You got it. You got to get up, dust it off, and say to yourself, right, come on, life. Let's get on with this. Uh, Roger says, Paul, may I have card number 7? Good shuffle. There's a good lad. Roger, you are a gentleman, a scholar, and an acrobat, and a half decent guitarist. I will definitely give these a good shuffle, and I will do that. However, I'm going to be doing cards for everybody, so stick around anyway. And don't forget, Wednesday night, ladies and gentlemen, you will have Roger Garza Sr. in his new office, I might add, with his beautiful wife, Faye. And the Latino Psychic Visions will be on Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m., which is about 1 o'clock and 1:30 in the morning for us. Okay. So, card number 7 coming up, Roger. Roger, where's the name Beth or Bethany come into play here? Like Beth or Bethany. I've heard it just as I was about to pick the 7th card. The name Beth or Bethany has come in. I've got to talk about that. Also, I'm getting diamonds. Now, diamonds to me, remember, I will always give you guys what the when I'm getting something specific, I will tell you what it means to me, but what it means to you is right. I'll tell you what it means to me. Now, diamonds to me mean significant date, like an anniversary, a birthday, like for example, the 18th, the 21st, the 25th, 30th, 40th, 50th, 60th. Those are significant dates, and diamonds mean one of those. So the name Bethany came through just as I was literally about to pick the seventh card, and then I'm seeing diamonds. So they want me to acknowledge a significant date, or the diamond means something to you. Um, I don't know if um Roger, this is going to be a really, really unique question, okay? But I'm getting two dads, okay? So, um, I always teach people not to ask questions, but if I've given you the information, which I've had, and the information is coming through saying two dads. So I've got to acknowledge what that means. So what would two dads mean to you? Okay. So I'm getting symbolism for dad, and I'm getting two. So two dads. So either no, it's not. It's not what I was about to say something, but they quickly stopped me. I was going to say there's distance between yourself and dad to be acknowledged as well. But I'm getting dad and someone who acted like dad. So if you had your dad's in spirit and your grandfather, but he acted like dad, I'm getting two dads. But there are two fathers or two dads that want to be acknowledged. Um, Now another father stepfather says Roger. Okay, then the two dads want to be acknowledged. Now, would you do you remember a character? Well, is way back in the 60s, if I remember correctly, maybe the 70s as well, and even up to Antonio Banderas has played this character as well. But do you remember the character Zorro? Because I'm being shown Zorro with his, with his saber. So Zorro, I'm being shown for some reason. It's not a symbol for me. I have no idea what that means. But Zorro is here going with his like that, and he's beautiful horse and he's black, hat and cloak, and he's um eye thing on, whatever that's called. And card number 7 comes out, my boy, my dear friend. Check that out. Joy. So there's the card. Okay, the angel. I'm just gonna get it in. There you go. So the angel's writing on the back of the dolphin. Joy is the message. Joy is the highest energy of all. It's the magical sense that everything is possible. Joy springs from appreciating the gifts within each moment. Joy allows you to attract and create your present and future moments to the highest possible levels. There you go, my friend. I do hope that helped you. My dear friend Roger Garza Sr. there. Corinne says, I'd love a card pull. Coming up very, very shortly, Corinne. I'm going to be doing cards for everybody, so hang about. Now, I've got somebody going, Hi, Lynn, how do I share the show? I don't see who you are. I'd love to be able to say, Hi, welcome to the show. So, what I need you to do is go out and go into YouTube. Okay, on the top of YouTube, there'll be a search bar. Just type in Paul Francis Medium. That'll take you straight back to this show again, and I'll be able to see who you are. Whew. Now, I think Kellyanne said something about somebody playing the piano. I saw it as it shot up. I don't. I'm not getting anybody saying that they're claiming to be playing the piano, my darling. Okay, just as soon as you understand, I'm not getting anybody saying they're claiming to be playing the piano. I'll be 100% honest. I'd love to be able to tell you. Oh, no, they're not claiming to be playing the piano, but I do have an energy around you claiming to have crossed over with cancer. Okay. I'm being shown the big C, which is my symbol for cancer. There's a J or G name here, like John, Joseph, Joe, George, Jackie. That guttural G sign name they want me to acknowledge, and they tell me to talk about the 12th as being significant. So the 12th of a month or the month of December is significant here as well. They want me to acknowledge that. Um, right, Kellyanne, I'm going to bring you up here so I can have your energy in front of me. Kellyanne, listen to me and listen to me strong. It isn't a factor of making mistakes. That's not the problem. The problem is if you don't learn from that factor. Okay. So making a mistake is all part of being human, as long as you learn from that particular experience. So I'm being told to tell you is it's not a problem making mistakes and choices. It's whether you've learned from it is that's where the problems come into play. You can make as many mistakes as you want as long as you learn from them. Alrighty? So don't worry about making mistakes. Just learn from them, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and get yourself back on to the path. There's something to do with the stars that are significant here, and I don't mean the stars you read in the newspaper, which are crap, by the way. Something to do with literally stars in the sky that I'm supposed to acknowledge. You haven't found it yet, but you're about to find your true north. No idea what that means. I just heard those words. You haven't found it yet, but you're about to find your true north. And they keep talking about the number one. So January or the first of a month is significant. I've got to say this to you, Kellyanne. It's one thing finding the jigsaw pieces. It's another one forcing them into play. Okay. So if a jigsaw piece doesn't fit, it doesn't fit, no matter how much you try to force it to fit. All right. Remember I've said that. First card. Boom. Look at that little beautiful angel at play. Play. Beloved one, it is time to set aside work for a while. Don't worry, because we will oversee your responsibilities to the completion. Playfulness and gaiety and laughter will gift your energy so that you will learn to work with a renewed perspective and heightened energy. There you go. Right. Good to see everybody coming and chatting away here in the chat room. Facebook has removed the ability to share your show. Great job, Facebook. They're just. You can share the show, Mary, via just with here. It'll just say at the bottom. It'll be a share at the bottom of YouTube. It'll say share. Just click on that share, copy, and share it out to whomever you want to share it to. Yeah, it's actually easier to share via YouTube than it is anywhere else. Eva says, "I have a question. Pay attention, Paul. I just have a question. What is it after I finish helping people that I'm helping their loved ones from the other side?" I'll read that again. That doesn't make sense to me. So that's me most likely. I just have a question. What is it after I finish helping the people that I'm helping their loved ones from the other side always come up to me and hug me? I'm just asking. Well, if you've managed to bridge a gap, if you've managed to make a connection, people want to show, and there's no better way of giving another human being a hug and going, "Thank you." That is a huge expression of strength, energy, and love, just in a hug. Oh, hugs I love. I love a hug. So when they come up to give you that hug, if you're some people don't like hugs, weirdly. Not weirdly, that's the wrong thing to say. I retract that. Some people don't like hugs. They don't like tactile. And that's okay, it's choice. But other people want to say to you, thank you. And the best way to do it is through a hug. So sometimes they're just really, really showing you how thankful they are. Alrighty. Kellyanne says, thank you. All your dates were correct. Thank you so very much. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. So I hope you're enjoying the show tonight. I would love for you all to help me build the show up as much as you possibly can. And the way to do that is obviously get out there and share it. But make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Okay, doesn't cost you anything to do that. Subscribe. Don't forget, hit that like button, because that like button is one of the ways that we get to be able to make sure the YouTube channel are paying attention to our shows. And of course, don't forget to hit the bell icon, because the bell will tell you when I release any new stuff up, and you'll get to see it. And off we go from there. Right. So we're at, I've got about 15 minutes left. So it's by time I got on and did some cards from y'all. Let's, before we're going to do any more cards, just get some more water. If you got any more questions, share them with me. What, if you got anything to ask me, please. Like I told you, Reach Across is as much about delivering messages from our loved ones in spirit as it is about teaching you to understand that they're trying to talk to you. Okay. Um, we're still in talks about getting a tour in the United States. It's still, but every time I bring it up, the they're saying yes, yeah, we're moving forward. We're putting things together. We're having conversations. We're having meetings and all that kind of stuff. So um, we're definitely planning on 10 dates in the United States with possible 2 dates in Canada. So Catherine Catherine really said, "Hey, listen, you need to get your butt to Canada already." So we're looking at maybe adding a couple of dates in Canada. Okay. Lisa says, question. When we cross over, do we remember who we were in this life and if we lived that life before the last one? Actually, that is a great question. Okay. That is a fantastic question. And yes is the answer, right? It's when we come over here that we are kind of stripped of our memories. Well, most of our memories, it's when you get a lot of people over here who start to remember previous lives. That's when it's kind of not all gone and not all been taken. But usually, if you're allowed to remember some elements of your previous life, it's to help you with this one. But when we cross back over to the other side of life, all of the information, all of the memories that we had from previous lives are restored to us. Okay. Because our lives here and there is about the progression of the soul, not the progression of the body. It's about the progression of spirit and soul. So when we cross the other side of life, it's just kind of like we're constantly building and getting this soul prepped to get to the higher levels. So you could call life where we are right now university. We're in study. We're all students. So we're learning. Sometimes some people learn really quickly, other people learn slowly, and but we all learn at our own rate. But every time we go and do a semester of university, every lifespan, all of that data is brought up and accumulated with the data from your previous lives until you've reached the highest level possible. Then you have an option of becoming a guide. Woohoo! I can't wait to be a guide. I'm going to be a guide. Like, I'm going to get the person who I'm supposed to be guiding and wake them up at 3 in the morning by screaming in their ear, "Get up!" Lisa, card for you, my darling. Check that out. Check that beautiful animals out. Look at that. Now, the card says giving and receiving. The entire universe operates in cycles similar to our inhalations and exhalations. When you only exhale, you basically you're giving, or if you only inhale, in other words, you receive, you become out of rhythm with the universe. For optimal health, energy, and replenishment, balance each inhalation of your life with an exhalation. That's actually good advice. Get in there. Josh Henry has come into the room. Josh, good evening. Lovely to see you. Josh says, or Lynn saying, welcome to the show. Did I see Josh send a message to me there? He said, "Hi, new here, first time listening. Can I have card number 7?" Well, I'll tell you what, Josh, since you are a first timer, we'll shuffle the cards and I will give you card number 7. However, everybody else, don't go anywhere because I'm about to do cards for everybody. So, and even though I'm doing this one for Josh because it's his first time, I will say he can have one of the cards that I'm about to do for everybody as well. Josh, why card number 7? Interesting. 1, 2, lucky, right? It's to do with luck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. big message here, Josh. So pay attention. He says, pulling up his sleeve a little bit. First of all, I always show the angel because the angel is as much of the message as the actual message. And the message says, Josh, let your past go. That's good advice, not just for Josh, but for everybody. The burden of carting your past around has made you weary. Dear one, it's time to set this burden down. Keep only the lessons and the love and leave everything else behind. You don't want or don't need it, and now it's gone. I absolutely 100% agree with that message. Let me put it in my way for you guys. I always ask people, when was the last time you fell over and scratched your knees? Okay, when was the last time you fell over and grazed your knee? So people will come back and go, oh, many moons ago, whatever the case may be. And I say, well, which was worse, the grazing of the knee or the feeling stupid that you fell over? Everybody will say, I felt stupid. I'm feeling stupid. That's called a lesson. You remember the lesson, but you've forgotten about the grazing of the knee because it healed. Okay. You've just let that go, but you've remembered the lesson. That's the same with everything that's happened in your life. If it's happened, it's gone, it's past. It will only become relevant if you make it and bring it up again. And basically, what you're doing there is you're basically putting things in your own way. If it's in the past, let it go. Remember the lesson, but leave the situation in the past. Situations of the past have no relevance to the future unless you make them relevant. There you go. Oh, I love this one. Kathy Little has just said. Okay, Kathy said, "Does deja vu?" I love the way she spelled it as well. By the way, does deja vu explain past life? No, it doesn't. Now, I sat with a. I thought it was your lucky number, Josh. I sat with a quantum physicist. Yes, a quantum physicist. And a quantum physicist actually sat with me and explained how quantum physics work and how time works. Okay. And there's a mathematical equation for time. All right. So, for an example, right, there's some of you guys that are in America, some of you guys are in Ireland, some of you guys are here in the UK, Europe, Scotland, all over the world who are listening to me. And you're listening to me. Okay. And you're hearing me and your brain is putting all the information that I'm talking about into perspective to the point where you go, yeah, I understand what he's saying. However, in the moment that I speak, now you got to listen to this, Catherine, you're going to love this. The moment that I speak, between it, the sound, because basically words, sound are waves. They're sine waves are waves that go up and down. They go into the microphone. The microphone accepts the waves. It electronically changes it, sends it down into what was referred to as a sound card. The sound card digitizes that, sends it into the computer. The computer redigitizes it again and sends it out into the ether. The ether sends it out into a transmitter, which transmits it up into space. Space then transmits it back down again to your receiver. Your receiver digitizes that information and sends it along the lines into your speaker. Your speaker digitizes that once more again into sine waves. The sine waves come out and into your eardrums. Your eardrums vibrate and you understand what I'm saying. So your brain's going, what? From the moment it leaves my lips to the moment you understand what I'm saying, there has to be time. Time is in there. Has to be. Otherwise, it would be brain and thought transference. Like that. So, from the moment it leaves my lips to the moment you hear it, there has to be time. Has to be. Okay? Now, every now and again, that time will go like that. And that is an explanation for deja vu. Yes! I loved that. I spent about 2 hours with that guy. Loved every second of it. Right, here we go. I'm going to do the cards for everybody, so pay attention. Okay, so Catherine says, "What angel deck?" It's Hang on. There you go. Daily guidance from your angels oracle cards. There you go. That's what these are, my darling. That helps you. So here's what I want you to do. Okay. Now it's important. I really, really, really want you to do what I'm about to tell you to do. I want you just for a moment or two, just close your eyes. All right. Just close your eyes and relax. I'm going to bring the music up for a second. I want you just allow this music to flow around. And like I said earlier, imagine you're sitting in a chair, you're in a tank of water, someone pulls the plug, and the water starts to flow down over the crown of your head, down past your ears, your neck, shoulders, over your arms and sides, hips and legs, all the way down the legs, over the knees, the calves, the ankles, and down into the floor. And as the water flows away, you become more and more relaxed. Just give yourself permission to let go. Let go. In a moment, a number will come to you. It'll be 1, 2, or 3. Don't force it. Don't try and guess it. Just allow the number to come to you. Whatever that number is, and don't judge it when you get it. Just say whatever it is and put it up on the screen. All right. So when you're ready, put it up on the screen and come back in the room. Awesome. Sue's gone 3. Michelle Pratt's gone 2. Catherine's gone 2. Rachel and Joanna all gone 2. Coming after the show tonight, by the way, don't forget the Art Realms with the beautiful Michelle and Amelia. So stick around to watch that show. Corin has gone 2. Kathy's gone 3. Lynn's gone 2. Josh hasn't put one up yet. You can do as well, Josh. Okay. Mary's gone 1. So we'll start with 1. Phil's gone 3. 1. If you have chosen card number 1, you've got been told to go for it. Come on, Mary, go for it. Your prayers and positive expectations have been heard and answered. Yes, we've been working with you on the situation since Genesis, and we've continued to watch over you and everyone involved. Stay on your present path, as it will take you very far indeed. How cool is that? Card number 1. Card number 2, if you selected card number 2, hey, pay attention and notice the signs. If you choose card number 2, notice the signs. Yes, the signs you've been receiving are heaven sent. We drop feathers, coins, and other signs upon your path to remind you that you are loved and never alone. Wow. Donna Mayers has joined. Donna, hi. And if you chose card number 3, ask. Come on, ask. Ask us to help you in this situation, and we will immediately go to work on your behalf. We're governed by many universal laws, and amongst them is the free will that allows you to make your own choices and decisions. So we patiently await your request. What that means, my dear friends, is the angels are absolutely loving to help you, but they can't help you until you ask. You must ask them to say, hey, can my angels of abundance please help me and bring me funds? Can my angels of homes. Come on, angels, help me get my new home. Help me get my new job. Whatever it is you want, you must ask them, and then they will get to work on doing that. Don't forget, right after the show tonight on UPRN, that's United Public Radio Network, you have the Outer Realms with Michelle and Amelia. Stick around to watch that show. Fantastic people doing a fantastic job with a fantastic show, especially paranormal investigations and, of course, UFOs and things of that nature. I absolutely love the UFO stuff. I was saying that recently I was talking about there is a shift in the energy around the globe, and I get this feeling that there's something to do with a it's got something to do with maybe first contact, something along those lines. So basically, there's something happening that's going to change things on the earth. So be aware of that already. Catherine says, I'm going to take 3 and ask names. Fantastic. Right. Listen, we are at the end of the show. I will be back on Thursday night. So make sure you come along, and thank you so much for all of the love, strength, and support you have done tonight. Please don't forget to share the show. Don't forget to hit the like button. And don't forget to make sure you're subscribed to the show. And join me on Thursday night for Spirit Quest. It's been an absolute pleasure to be here tonight. Look out for each other. Don't forget to communicate, appreciate, and validate everyone in your life so a medium never has to do it for you. And take time out every single day just for you. Until I see you again, be safe and be well. And hopefully I've answered all your questions for you, by the way. Until I see you again, good night. God bless. Thanks very much.